Why does repetition get rewarded? I've been thinking about this question a lot lately, and honestly, it's starting to drive me crazy. It feels like everywhere I look, I'm seeing the same ideas, the same old visuals, the same gestures, just slightly rearranged, getting more attention than things that actually feel personal. And I don't even think that that's because people are lazy. I think it's because the system rewards what's familiar. When something works once, it gets repeated. When it gets repeated, it becomes recognizable. And when it becomes recognizable, it gets rewarded. And I guess where I start to feel conflicted is here. Because I don't make art to repeat myself on purpose. I don't sit down thinking, how do I win today? I sit down thinking, what do I need to get out? But sometimes it feels like caring too much is a disadvantage. Have you ever noticed how you can play Mary Had a Little Lamb and everyone claps? But if someone spends years mastering a symphony, something complicated, something uncomfortable, maybe even backwards, it gets ignored? Anyone can do the simple thing. But the simple thing is easier to recognize. And recognition is currency now. That's the part that messes with me. Because when I look at art online, I keep seeing the same visual language being rewarded. Same colors, same formats, same old tricks. And I start asking myself, not in a jealous way, but in a confused way, where does growth fit into that? Where does risk go? Where does sincerity live when everything moves this fast? I think comparison is really what makes it unbearable sometimes. People used to compare my work to other artists, artists I didn't study, artists I didn't reference, artists I didn't consciously pull from. And at first it bothered me more than I wanted to admit, not because those artists aren't great, they are, but because my own work comes from my own emotional place, my own stories, my own mess. It felt like being flattened into a category instead of being seen as just a person. And maybe that's just the part of sharing work publicly. Maybe that's the cost it comes with. But still, it makes you question things like, am I supposed to simplify myself to be understood? Am I supposed to repeat what already works? Or am I allowed to keep making branches from the same tree, even if they look similar, even if they confuse people? You ever had a friend who talks about the same thing over and over and over and over again, and you don't interrupt them, you just listen because you know they're still processing it? Well, that's what my art feels like to me. I'm not trying to be different for the sake of being different. I'm not trying to stand out. I'm just trying to be honest. And honesty doesn't always come in clean packages. I think what scares me the most is realizing how much I care. Because art is how I survive. And when the loudest things get rewarded, it makes you wonder if quiet, sincere work still has a place in this world. But I still believe it does. Even if it takes a bit longer. Even if fewer people see it. Even if it doesn't win. So today, while I paint this, I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just making something that feels true to where I'm at. And I guess for today, my question for you is, what kind of art do you slow down for? If you have any thoughts, I genuinely would like to hear them as always. So feel free to comment in the comment section below. Thanks for sitting with me today. I appreciate all the love and support for these past couple of videos. You guys are awesome. I woke up this morning and saw I had like over 30 followers. That's insane. You guys are awesome. I'm going to keep making videos and I'm glad you guys are enjoying them. And yeah, as always, I hope you guys have a better day. Much love to you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.